Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy, and we're here. The Puma Hoops pregame show, Knicks Nets. Let's get this rocking. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. Let's go. Knicks family, do not forget Martin Luther King Day, January 21st, 2019. Tickets are on sale now. OKC versus the Knicks at Madison Square Garden, or Knicks versus OKC at Madison Square Garden. Go to the website, nothingbutnicks.com/NBK events. Check it out. Knicks family, what's poppin'? Glad you guys are here. Friday night Knicks, about to get it poppin'. You know what I'm saying? We got Viv in the chat. We got Isaiah. We got the real Shark Fin in the chat. We're going to talk a little bit about what we expect to see tonight. You know, if you didn't get a chance, I did do a little preview that I released last night. I wanted to release it a little bit earlier than last night, but I didn't get a chance to finish it up. But you can check out that preview. We're going to talk about a lot of the same things here tonight. But let's get going because we don't have a lot of time. We got 27 minutes until the game begins. So let's start rocking right here. I'm going to get to the video chat. Open these guys up so we can talk and, really start talking about some things here. Don't forget, guys, if you want to go to the OKC, New York Knicks versus OKC on Martin Luther King's Day, we have 33 tickets remaining. All right, we want to get them things sold. So, go to nothingbutnicks.com/NBK events. Get your ticket now before they sell out. October 26th is the deadline. So you got 14 days to get these tickets in. All right. What's poppin', fellas? Viv, what's going on, man?
What's up, Sim? Shout out to the chat.
I'm chilling.
Yeah, I just missed that.
That's how you feel?
Yeah, looking forward to this final game going on.
Final game.
Final game, They had random not a random lineup, I guess, per se, but we finally get to see one final game with Mitch. That was what I hoped for last chat. Got the Baker, Mitch, and the rest of the kids. Tim, Kenner,
30 and 10 from Ron.
I thought they would rest Tim. I think we've seen enough of Tim. I thought they would just give him a break.
What I thought. I guess we'll get into that later. But I thought that they'd rest him as well. Isaiah, man,
Fizz wants to put him on there. It's like, yo, you got to play defense. Show me the best defensive.
And that's what I think. Yeah, Isaiah, what's popping, man? What's going on with you?
What's going on, son? Not much, man. Just getting out of work. Last game before we all meet up and have a good time.
Yes, sir.
I hate to say it, but Ron's grown on me during preseason, man. He's played hard. I can't even lie. He's played hard.
He's played hard.
And that's that was to me a great example of what Fizz is trying to preach. If you play hard, you're gonna earn minutes. Exactly. The one thing I'm looking for though, before you let Sharkfin go, I want Fizz though to keep his word. I'm not gonna lose a lot of faith. But if he really is saying what is true, you keep what you kill, then we all know what players should be on the roster and which one should. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. And, we'll see. It can be hard sometimes to keep up that whole mantra, depending on – it can be hard.
And Sim, I do understand that every coach – you're not going to 100% ever keep your mantra because that does not how life works. It really doesn't work like that, but I just wanted to be to a certain degree where, for example, you know who I'm talking about. Moutier shouldn't be on the roster. We all know that. Alonzo Trey has played good. He's been the best player on the preseason. Mm-hmm. He deserves a roster, even though I know he's a two-way contract. They don't have to rush him, but if you say what you say, you say you keep what you kill. Yeah. Alonzo Kill got a whole feast.
Okay. Well, let's get the real Shark Fin. Real Shark Fin, what's popping, man?
What's poppin', Sim? Shout out to the chat. Hey, looking forward to opening night. I'm gonna be there too.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun, man. It's definitely gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
You gotta take that big group selfie.
Hey.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna do
That's gonna be cool.
We're gonna do it.
Hey, only thing I gotta say before we get it started is Frank gotta show me something. He gotta separate himself from everybody because it's not obvious yet, and he got to really separate himself from the rest of the guards or those position players.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, I feel you. And I'm sure everybody already knows, but the starting lineup tonight's starting lineup, Ron Baker, Tim Hardaway Jr., Kevin Knox, Lance Thomas, and Mitch Robinson. And I mean, for the most part, I'm glad that Ron Baker is going to get a chance to start. I think that he deserves a chance, just like Frank, Trey, Moutier. Everyone got a chance to start.
Give the white man a chance.
Yep, he deserves his chance.
He definitely deserves it.
And I mean, to be honest with you, he's worked harder than on the floor than just about everyone on the team. You know what I mean? He deserves to be out there on the floor. I honestly think that at least, you know, at some point in the season, Ron Baker is going to get playing time. You know what I mean? And he's going to be.
He plays hard. He plays hard.
Yeah, because
he's always played hard. Always.
And
every time he step on the floor. Every time.
Every single time. You know what I mean? And
Jimmy Butler energy.
Yeah, I mean,
that Jimmy Butler energy.
And look, and he plays basketball the right way.
Yes, right? He's really good, right, man. Like I like Ron Baker. I watched.
You know what? But you know what?
The past couple of seasons, and he's very efficient. Like he does everything the right way. It's not pretty. He's not flashy, but he just get it done. He moves his feet well, man. Oh man.
You know what it is, Shark Fin? It's not nobody. It's literally not Ron Baker. It's the money. That's the issue everybody has with him.
True.
That's
very true.
The issue everybody has with him. It was the contract. That was it. Other than that, listen, man, I'll be honest with you. I want Ron Baker on the team when we actually turn this around. Those that you need to win championships.
I haven't heard too many fans of Ron Baker. Sorry, not sorry.
There's not.
Everybody always saying he's a bum, Sim, is what I hear.
Yeah, he's not. There's not a lot of fans of Ron Baker. You're right. Everyone's always saying he's a bum. He doesn't belong on the team. He's garbage. And I think that's just a lot of, I don't even want to say not knowledgeable Knicks fans, just
say the 2K stats, man. They want the stats more than anything.
Exactly. Unknowledgeable basketball fans. That people just don't understand the game and what exactly you need on the floor. You know, Ron Baker he's not going to be a superstar, right? He's not going to be a star player. He may not even ever start. That's fine. That's fine by me. He brings something that we need. And by him, exactly.
But you need every good team has players who know their role and can play within like their role. And Baker just does that. He doesn't try to do anything. Try to be a hero. He does whatever. He does the dirty work, and you need a guy like that on your team.
Yeah. So I think that I just think Baker's going to get playing time throughout the season. I think with this lineup here, what I do like about this lineup, and of course, there's a lot to go. Mitchell has a lot to prove, but with this lineup, I like the fact that you start the defense. You start the lineup begins. All defenses begin with the point of attack, right? So Ron Baker is a decent defender at the point of attack, guarding that point guard spot. And then you got Mitchell Robinson, who can erase mistakes, guys getting into the lanes because he's a shot blocker.
Yes.
And then you got, in the middle of that, between your point guard and your center, now you got Lance Thomas in there, that can get around from the 2 to the 4 and play defense. Right? So you got 3 guys in that lineup that can, do a decent job defensively. And then you got Tim Hardaway and Kevin Knox.
That's kind of a tough little lineup,
who can get you a bucket, So, it's not a bad lineup.
Nah, that's kind of that's not a bad lineup if you really think about it.
Yeah, it's not a bad lineup because
not at all.
That was one of the ones I was thinking about. I was thinking about you can even replace Tim with if you wanted to go straight up hustle, you just go Tim, Frank, or you go Frank, Baker, Knox, Lance, and then Mitch. just see what happens, from there. It'll be a crazy wingspan lineup. The defense will be fun to watch.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, so this is going to be fun to watch tonight. I like this because I like when teams are allowed to, or in a situation or position where they can experiment, right? Because it just opens you up to see what you can do, and you never know what's going to happen, what you're going to learn when you really start experimenting, what you're going to learn from your players. So I'm excited about that.
Me too, Sim. Hey, Fizdale is like a mad scientist right now. He's looking for that magic rotation, and when he finds it, oh my goodness, it's going to be something special, Sim, because that's when everybody's going to fall in line after that.
Yeah.
I think that's what Riley and them, they were known for, being like those super magician type of like coaches, just like messing around trying to find the right guys for the lineup. So.
Yeah, and just to kind of end this off, with the starting lineup again. If you guys haven't seen the starting lineup, you got Ron Baker, Tim Hardaway Jr., Kevin Knox, Lance Thomas, and Mitch Robinson. Ron Baker, a few streams back, well, maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, I did a little point guard battle with the. With the point guards, and Ron Baker was the only point guard that had where when he was on the floor, his on-off numbers, he was in the positive. Everyone else, the other team's offensive efficiency, they outscored us. Ron Baker was the only player, the only guard, who, when he was on the floor, we outscored the other team. Take with it what you will, because, on and off, a lot depends on who you're on the floor with and those type of things. But
numbers don't lie. Numbers do not lie.
We'll see what's up with it and how it goes. But I'm interested in.
He's a great player. He's a really great player, man. I always liked him, man. I always watched him, man. He's really good. And Lance Thomas is another one. They're not going to get rid of either one of those two guys no time soon.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't think so either. I think those guys are going to be on the squad. Another thing I wanted to address tonight is just the center position, with Mitch Robinson starting at the center position. Gives us a chance to see. And I see Quiet Money say, nah, Sam, he only plays in third string lineups. But I disagree, because there were points last year when Ron Baker played with, your main lineups, and a lot of that time KP was on the floor as well, right? So, and then Ron Baker went out around the same time KP went out, so maybe there's something to that there. But still, Ron Baker, it's still something to look at.
They played Baker and Frank together. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yep, and I'd like to see that again tonight. That Baker and Frank, I'd like to see that again tonight. But at the center position, Mitch Robinson is starting at center, and I think this is a good chance for us to see, can Mitch Robinson handle that rebounding load when Cantor is out, right? Because that's obviously a problem for us. We've seen it in the Wizards game. We got out rebounded by 10. If Cantor was there, I have no doubt in my mind that we would have won the rebounding battle. But we need someone to be able to step up when Cantor's not on the floor. And can Mitch Robinson, he should get some extended minutes tonight, as long as he doesn't get into foul trouble. Can he can he be the guy to really help us rebound when Cantor's not on the floor? That's what I'm looking to see tonight. I'm just looking for the cues, the clues. I'm just looking for the clues, something that points in that direction. You know what I mean?
He got the goods. Sim. I think he's gonna do well tonight, and I think he's gonna add something. He's gonna add that extra rim protection. Mm-hmm. Like, it's gonna be noticeable, because that's what he does. So we're gonna see a little bit more of what we think he can be tonight. I believe, with the extended minutes, like you said.
Hey, can we just all say we hate Spencer Dinwiddie? I hate that dude.
You mean Dinwiddie?
Yeah, a little bit off topic, Isaiah, though.
Spencer Dinwiddie. Yeah, he talked too much.
Yeah, I mean, Isaiah, you could have saved that for your last words, man. I mean, I don't know. Isaiah be off. like in his
sorry, man.
I'm sorry to say something.
I just hate him.
But Viv, what do you think, man? Do you think Mitch Robinson can be that guy?
We'll have to see. I mean, I want him to play. I don't know. I don't think he played that many minutes in the first couple games. I mean, he might have got like 15, 20, maybe. Did he get 20 minutes? I don't even know. I want to see him get about as many minutes as possible. So it'll all depend on, if he can stay out of foul trouble. Because if he commits silly fouls early on, then he's gonna be out of luck. So look, if I'm Fizz, I would let him play until he gets 6 fouls and just kind of see how he does. He hasn't gotten a lot of minutes, so it's too early to tell. It's just honestly, it's too early to tell. And I know Fizz mentioned it that he's going to split a lot of time. He's going to split some time where possible between here and Westchester, and it just only makes sense because he needs
it. He definitely needs it.
He needs as many reps as possible. You know what I mean? As many reps as possible. Yeah. Big shout out to Payback Carter. I seen him, kind of give his shout outs to everybody that's in the chat. Shout out to Payback. Appreciate you.
Shout
out to Payback Carter.
Yeah. He owed me some money. He got to pay me back.
Payback.
And big shout out to everybody that's in the chat.
He should come to the game, right?
What'd you say?
Is Payback coming to the game next week?
You know what? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't.
If you go to the game, man?
But I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm being there.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we're gonna have a good time, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time next week.
Hey, Viv, I give out big black guy hugs, all right, man? So you gotta get comfortable with that.
I'm ready for
that. I'm a loving family, man. We give hugs around my family.
Okay.
Yeah, same where I'm from, man.
Yeah, word.
The next thing, man, I want to see I really want to see some advances on the offensive end of the floor. To me, we haven't seen many. It's really been basic, and I think there are different reasons for that. I think it's really been basic because one, it's a new squad. He doesn't know who can do what. Right? He's a new coach. Doesn't know who can do what. I think that's the biggest reason. I don't know if he's really trying to save anything. That's the biggest reason.
It's been ugly too when they be bringing it up, man. It's been really ugly, man. I tell you, I've been looking for that style of play that you had showed us. That was good. I like when you do that, Sim. I'm not a coach, but I'm a fan, and I like to be a knowledgeable fan. And when you do that, that just makes me even more of that.
Yeah. Definitely. When we get further into the season, and there's really some things to break down, I plan on doing some more chalk talk, stuff like that.
That's dope. Really that's so dope.
I want to see more plays. I want to see Fizz utilize some of those. It's gonna be tough with this lineup right now, but some of the horn sets that he used with the Grizzlies, where he got I think he got Conley and those guys open on. Just different sets in the horns. So, if he can just show us a play or 2 or 3, at least there's some sort of hope to see what happens in the regular season. So
yeah, we do need to see some set plays.
Yeah.
Right. That's exactly what I want to see. I just want to see him open it up, make some advances, open it up. They've had.
Yes.
Let me see. We played last on. When did we play last? When was it? What's today? Friday.
Monday.
We played on Monday. So they've had 3 days of practice. Right, 3 days to really put some things in, and I think regardless if other teams are going to see what you do anyway, so I don't think that should be any concern because it's all going to be on videotape in a matter of weeks, right? So I think if you have some things, try it out because you need to see if these guys can execute against NBA competition.
I agree.
So I'd like to see them just try it out, whatever it is that they've worked on in practice. Maybe they haven't shown in preseason. It's the last game. Try it out. See who can do what. I really would have liked this to be a dress rehearsal game, but obviously it's not.
It might be, Sim. See, that's the thing about Fizz. We don't know what he's thinking. We don't know what he's thinking.
The reason I don't think so is because
of Mitch.
There's a bunch of injuries coming out. They want to be careful heading into this first game. They don't want anyone to get injured. just off preseason. We've seen a lot of players go down recently.
Hey, that's a part of the game. I don't really think that's what's really holding them back. I mean, as far as giving major, key players time, yeah, maybe.
No, I mean, we haven't seen anyone play past 30 minutes. So
we wouldn't expect that. You wouldn't expect that, no. Nah. But as far as the starting five, I think it could be anybody because the way Fizz talks about his players and position his ball, like we really don't know what he's looking at because that lineup right there, tonight's starting five, that's a strong starting five, even though we know it's not a possibility because of they resting people, injuries and this and that and that, but that's a strong starting five if you look at it.
I mean, honestly speaking, we know 4 of the 5 spots.
I'm about to say we know 4 to 5. We really do. The only surprise is going to be not surprise, but we already know it's literally going to be between Frank and Trey. But I think like you said before, Sharp, and it's gonna give me upset because I want Frank to start. But if Frank doesn't pop out tonight, at least, I think by default they're gonna give it to Trey. By default, I don't want it.
I guess the question is everyone started like ground zero in the sense from, do we look at the preseason as like a true litmus of, how everyone's performed? And if you look at the entire preseason, has Trey even showed, separated himself from?
Nobody has.
I don't think so.
No, nobody has really. But you know what it is, though, to me, Viv, is that I feel like they're going to go back a little bit and be like, okay, we know one thing about Trey was he scored. He had the 12 points.
But the question is, did he even score like that well?
Right. He didn't do what he did in the regular season last year.
We didn't see that.
He didn't light it up. He wasn't instant offense.
Like, at least with Frank, right? Maybe he didn't show everything on offense, but at least he showed you the defensive stuff.
And not only that, Fizz likes the way Frank thinks out there, man. You can't forget about that. So if Frank showed just a little bit more, he's going to get it. Man, but he really got to separate himself, man.
Yeah, and I think out of the groups that we've had playing, the guards we've had playing, I think Frank probably had the best performance. I'm not going to say he separated himself, but he probably had the best performance when he started versus Washington, and the way he played in that first half. Of course, he got into foul trouble in the second half, but I think he probably had the best performance of the guards. And we'll see what happens with Ron Baker tonight. I'm not gonna say Ron Baker doesn't have a shot if he really comes out and performs well, to be honest with you. Yeah,
but I could see Baker easily just taking someone like Dotson's spot.
He won't surprise me. It will not surprise me. Kid you not.
Because I don't see Courtney Lee coming back, for the regular season game 1. I mean, I think he could be out for a few games. So,
right.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Baker just be the backup too.
Right.
Or be one of the backup guards in that sense.
Yeah. And look, it really is hard. And this is where I think when Fizz says lineups may shuffle all the way into the season, it really is hard in preseason to tell until you really, I wouldn't put it past them to say, okay, we're going to start the preseason. Let's say Trey Burke is starting and we're going to give you the chance to, start a couple of games, play your 30 minutes as the full-time starter, and then give Frank a go, and then give Moutier a go, and then maybe give Baker a go, just really to see what they can do. Because you really don't know until you get into these games, really get in depth into these games, because then coming down the stretch, there's going to be different strategies that are used throughout the game. You're not going to have a third string, fourth string G League guy come in the second quarter, right? So when you get into the real regular season, that's when you know what these guys can really do. When teams are really game planning. So, we may see that lineup change, just like he said, well into the regular season. Another thing, guys, that I want to see though is our efficiency. We got to pick it up. We really got to pick up that efficiency, man.
Sure. Shoot better. We got to turn the ball over less.
Exactly. 19.8 turnovers a game. We're averaging. 19.8 assists a game. 20.5 turnovers a game. We're shooting 42% from the field. We're shooting 33% from three. We shoot so far in the preseason 25 threes per game, and that's still down towards the bottom of the league. You know,
it is not even like those turnovers are really silly turnovers. It's not even like we're playing aggressive in that type of sense. They're just really silly and careless turnovers.
Careless.
Yeah. And, you know, I mean, I guess we should expect that they're going to turn the ball over sometimes because they're a young team, right? You got young guys out there. But, you know, if you're going to play an efficient game, you got to take care of the basketball or it's going to be too hard to play efficient.
No matter if you've been in the league 10 years or 2 years, it doesn't matter. You got to always be efficient.
Right.
If you want to stay on that floor.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, look, guys, it's 7:27. I know everybody wants to get out and hear this dude sing about Friday Night Knicks.
Right. From the definitely.
Beginning, right? So I'm going to give everybody a chance to get our last words in. And then I'll be back on at 10:30, man. Real Shark Fin, I'll start with you.
Man, Frank gotta show me something. He gotta separate himself tonight, Sim. That's it, man. I'll see you after the game.
All right, no doubt. I'll see you after the game, man. 10:30. I'll be on.
Peace.
All right, Isaiah, it's on you, bro.
All right, now I can say it. I hate Spencer Dinwiddie. I don't understand why he's acting like he's a 10-time All-Star. He sucks. I'm not gonna say he sucks, but he's really overrated and he's thinking like I don't understand it. But hey. Let's go, Knicks. I want to just see, want to see Ron play hard. I really want to see Frank have a good game so we just know it's official. He's the point guard. But, hey, let's enjoy the game. I'll see you at 10:30.
All right, 10:30. Peace.
All right.
All right, Viv.
Yeah, same thing. Hopefully we'll have a great game today. Keep the Nets quiet. Mm-hmm. And, I guess I want to see something from Trey Burke that proves that he should really be a starter. I haven't seen it. And, maybe he can show us something that he hasn't shown us yet so far. But that's all I wish for. Yeah. So,
all right.
I'll be on there tonight.
All right. I'll catch you later on tonight. Peace. And, folks, 7:29. We got 1 minute until game time. And, my last words, few things, everything that I mentioned earlier, I want to see. I would like to see Frank separate himself because he's my guy, but I want to see any of the point guards really separate themselves as a bona fide leader because we're not going to be able to do it by committee. I asked that question in the last stream. I don't think we can do it by committee. I also want to see Kevin Knox. I want to see Kevin Knox be a little bit more assertive. That doesn't mean he takes 20 shots. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but assertive as in letting his teammates know that he's here, and if he wants the ball sometimes, say, hey, give me the ball. Put your hands up like I want the ball. Just be a little bit more assertive. Be there. Get in the mix. Even defensive end, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, just get in the mix. Be in the mix. Don't fade away in the game. Be assertive. But listen, it's 7:30. I'm about to go check this game out. All right. At halftime, if you guys get a chance, please go on to nothingbutnicks.com/NBK events. We have 2 events going on. One in DC, one for MLK Day. And the Knicks versus OKC, January 21st. All right, I'd like to see you at either one of them. All right, so we only got 33 tickets left. October 26th is the deadline for the MLK Day. I'll check you guys in about 30 minutes. Peace.